Hi, I'm Jessica here at Nautilus Mission Control at the Inner Space Center in Rhode Island. And I'm here with Mike Brennan, who is the chief scientist on board. And he's actually coming to us from the studio on the Nautilus. We're in the Black Sea right now, and I wanted to know why the Black Sea is so special.
Sure. Well, the Black Sea is a very unique ocean basin on the planet because it has no oxygen below 150 meters. And it's very shallow, so the bottom water from the Black Sea can't run out. So the river water coming in from the Asian and European mainlands mixes with the surface water and flows out through the Bosphorus, but the bottom water remains stagnant in the deep, and it can't circulate, so it becomes anoxic or devoid of oxygen. And we're here because there's a couple of research questions that we're trying to investigate.
So what are the goals then of this mission?
So what we're trying to do is explore this area. We're starting out with side-scan sonar to document the bathymetry, the morphology of the seafloor, look for possible shipwreck targets, look for slumping on the slope, which can be caused by earthquakes and other geologic processes. And we're also looking at the effect of trawl fishing on the shallower parts of the sediments and to see where that activity ends and see what its effect on the seabed and other features on the seafloor are.
So what have you found so far then in the side-scan sonar?
So far we've seen quite a lot of trawl activity, but we've seen some targets that are promising to potentially be shipwrecks. We've seen one that we think may be some sort of patrol or PT boat. We've seen a lot of ridges, geologic ridges. So there's a lot of research going on. We're excited to get in the water with the ROVs to take a look at some of these targets in the next 2 weeks.
Awesome, and I know everyone's really excited to get Hercules and Argus in the water. I know that you're going back to some shipwrecks that have already been found at Sinope. Could you tell us a little bit about those sites?
Yeah, in 2000, the expedition to the southern Black Sea, they found 4 shipwrecks, I believe from the Byzantine era. 3 of them were in about 95 meters of water. The 4th shipwreck that they found, which we named Sinope D, was at 325 meters of water and is perfectly preserved because it's still in the anoxic water, or it's in the anoxic layer. And this is because the mollusks called shipworms that eat wood do not survive where there's no oxygen. And so this wreck, the mast, which is like 12 meters high, is still standing straight up out of the sediment, and the ribs of the ship are poking up. So that was one of the most exciting finds we've ever had in the Black Sea.
So I've got one final question for you, and that is that I know that we're going to see you collecting a bunch of samples throughout this leg. And what exactly are these samples, and what are you trying to find? We're
taking a series of sediment cores, which are about 30 centimeters in a 2.5-inch core tubing that we can take with the Hercules ROV. They use the manipulator arm to push it into the sediment and pull out the core. We're taking 3 sets of 3 different cores in the oxic, suboxic, and anoxic water layers. So the oxic water has oxygen in it, suboxic has no oxygen, but in the anoxic water we actually have hydrogen sulfide as a dominant chemical. By taking sediment cores, we're going to be doing a couple of things: grain size analysis of the sediments, microbiology of the bacteria living in the sediments, analysis for worms and other meiofauna that are living in the benthic ecology, and also sampling the pore water, which is the water that's inside the sediments through special filters. We'll be taking that out to analyze for trace metals and other elements and chemicals in the seawater and the sediment.
Well, thanks so much, Mike. I know we're all really excited to see what you find. And again, I'm Jessica here at Nautilus Mission Control. Keep watching nautiluslive.org, and now back to the action on the ship.